Hi, so in this video I'm just going to be going over some scenarios that I've been put in while solo queuing in ranked, and just saying sort of what went wrong, what I could have done better personally, and hopefully you might pick up some things that you can do better while watching it. So this is the first unscripted video I've done of this style, and I want to see how it goes. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll get straight into the video. So in this clip I am playing as Legion, and I'm playing in sort of CC and initiation, roaming there and trying to deny a push from Cash or CC Hatch, which is what I think they do end up doing. The first mistake I made was trying to spawn pick that Blackbeard. I saw him on the cam and I got greedy, and now they know I'm in CC, which is not good. Waiting. Buck dead. Now that mistake, I used the push to talk to call that I killed Buck, and the Thatcher was able to come in and take me out. And if you see how low he was, I could have very easily killed him and got the second frag had I not used the push to talk button. So this is one thing you should consider when solo queuing, is not to use the push to talk button and not give as many calls as you would with your squad. This is because just being in a squad, you're on open mic and you don't have to remove your hand from the controls to give calls. So I'd say the only people you need to call out who you've killed is unknown defenders, because they don't have gadgets which a call would help your team with. Calling attackers, calling the Buck didn't really help at all, because Buck doesn't have any utility apart from his shotgun. And of course calling defenders that have already been spotted doesn't really help, because people can look up. So only really give calls if you know you're safe, or there is an actual good reason to like it on a defender. So this round I was Twitch, and we got the good map control. We had daycare and bunk and upper arcade area, plus cafe. Nobody was holding it. So, and these guys are initiation. So we had a good basis of which to push. We had the Monty to give calls of where they were, and he was actually giving calls. And we'll see where we went from here. Oh, shit. Opening castle barricade.
Disabling electronics.
I'll watch the flanks.
Breach charges prepped.
So I think the mistake here was watching these arcade stairs. I think the fact that nobody came up and flanked us while we were pushing the cafe side and bunk means that there's going to be no one downstairs. They could have rotated, but I think I would have heard them, because they would have probably been trying to be quick. I think it's a high likelihood they're all in sight, and being there was just a completely useless position, and they were able to get two of my teammates on the platform. Here I'll die to the smoke, because he had the shotgun, and I think that was just because there was a Monty in the way and I couldn't really pre-fire it. So I think it would have been far more useful to attack the platform player who was playing from the small room and peeking the platform, which got, in the end, 3 of our teammates. There. Get him out. So here we are, and the defenders are in the daycare site. And we know there's a pulse and a Jaeger who are roaming, and I want to clear out the pulse before we push in cafe, as the cafe floor is destructible, and he could take us out from below with his nitro. I actually see a Jaeger in there, and this is the mistake I make. I try and clear out the Jaeger, and I think I could have cleared the Jaeger if I'd won this gunfight, but it wasn't really worth it, because pushing in through cafe would have been the better take, because Jaeger couldn't really do anything about that from below, and I end up getting killed, doing absolutely nothing for this round, and I leave my team in a 2v5. So what am I going to take away from this game? I would say that being in solo queue, you don't know how good your team is, and so it's much better to play it safe than to run in and die, or run in, get one kill and get immediately refragged, because you don't know how good your team is. They could be gods, but more than likely, especially in my elo, unfortunately, they're going to be atrocious, and you've got to treat everything as if if you die, you lose the round. That isn't to say you should never take any risks, but there's a difference between risk taking and being stupid. So, don't, if you have a chance to take a roamer on or aggressively peek an attacker, take it if you think you can win that gunfight, but otherwise play it safe, make sure you do essential tasks which you can't trust your team to do. The second thing will be giving calls. It's good to communicate, but if you've got push to talk like I have in game chat, it's far better to have your guard up and be able to fight than have your guard down with one of your fingers on the push to talk button. Save good calls for your squad, and when you're solo queuing, be a bit more selfish with them and maybe only give essential calls. Because I think I died twice in that game to me trying to give calls that were non-essential and overall didn't help the team that round at all, and one led to me getting refragged by a person who was, even with Legion's pea shooter, was a one tap. So giving calls, be a bit more conservative with them. Next, probably to prioritize attacks. So when I was peeking the smoke past the Montaigne was giving the call, smoke's in front of me, and I went over, peeked the smoke, died. Did nothing for the team. When there was a castle who was peeking the yellow platform, and taking out the guy on the yellow platform would have been much better for my team, because that guy ended up picking off 3 of my team, and the smoke only got me and the Monty. So the Monty had that smoke under control, he had him blocked, and there was no reason for me to peek it, but I did that anyway. Spur of the moment mistake, they happen, oh well. So I'll leave this video here, and I want to encourage you to do the same as I've done here. Not to post it, this video wasn't even supposed to be posted, I just recorded it to re-watch it. Just to record it, watch it back, critique it, ask yourself what went well as wrong. And I think if you truly want to improve at the game, recording your gameplay and looking back over it, once the anger of loss or the high of winning has gone, can really help. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this slightly waffly unscripted video.